Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining me for this read. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll see what tarot has to say to us today, what messages come forward. Also, we are going to draw an energy card at the end of this read. Intuition. Feel like this sense of building in these cards already, like building a life with someone. Material harvest. Setting down roots, working towards abundance. I do believe we're going to be talking on some level about money in this read as well. Spiritual union and partnership. I gotta tell you guys too, I don't really feel... I don't get a strong romantic vibe off of these cards. There is partnership. There is a soul connection here. I do not necessarily feel like this is going to be talking about romance too, but I do feel like two people are working together to build something good, to build towards financial wealth. Maybe even starting some sort of a business or business from home. There's like a working partnership here that's going to benefit two people. Fulfillment of wishes. You know what? And I do feel like one person... It's funny because I feel like one person has like a certain level of knowledge that they're going to be bringing. It's like some complementary skills in working whatever this is together. It's like someone knows how to do this part and somebody knows how to do this part. So together they sort of know how to run it all. They know how to work together to build disruption. I feel like somebody just wants a better life. Like they're sick of the way that things have been going, possibly sick of the job that they were in, or sick of sort of living like a paycheck to paycheck. This is like, I want better. I want better for my life. I want more. I want something that's financially does better, but I want something that's more fulfilling as well. I do feel like these two people are each in that same spot. I feel this soul connection too. Like I said, it's like not necessarily romantic, but these two people have a great connection. These two people work extremely well together. They have very complementary skills. Mental conflict. And I do feel like when one person sort of runs into a block, I sort of like the other person is there to help, and I feel like it goes vice versa too. This is part of why they have this connection. These people might have even known each other in a past life too, that they have this deep of a connection. There is something spiritual here too. Throat chakra, communication. This is like they felt like before they came together, there's like this sense of alone. There's this sense of struggling by oneself. And now together as a team, there's like this new, I feel optimism. Feel optimism for the future. Like I'm not alone anymore. I don't have to struggle alone. Now I have this help. I have somebody who's like a sounding board. When I have trouble, I can go to them and they have this wisdom they can offer me, and vice versa. And it sort of builds that self-esteem. It builds that self-confidence. Balance. I do feel like these two people were brought together for a reason too. Whatever this thing is that they're supposed to do together, these two people didn't just like randomly bump into each other. Like there was a higher force at work in bringing them together. I do feel like it's helping both of them to sort of move from the shadow to this light, because I feel like in both cases, these people wanted something better. And they balance each other out. I think one by themselves, it's not that they're not capable of finding success, but this project that they're working together, they had to have each other. It's like each of them was like the missing element that had to come into play for the other one to be able to find success too. Victory and success. I feel like a building. I feel like we're building towards something. Material harvest. It's something positive, and it's something that's sort of like coming up. I feel anticipation coming from the cards. This choose wisely is tied into material harvest. It's tied into some sort of decision that they're having to make. And it's something that they're sort of making together. I do get pulled back to the crown chakra, to intuition. And it's like somebody's intuition is telling them to go a certain way. Is telling them a certain thing to do. Truth. And they might be at odds in this too. These two people might be a little bit at odds in sort of what direction to go. Because I feel, like I said, someone's intuition is telling them one thing, and I don't necessarily feel like it jives with what someone else is going for. I feel like it's some sort of a change too. Because we do have that discontent and boredom. It's like the path that they're going on and what they're building. It's not that it's crap. It's just that somebody sort of like wants to take it to the next level or add a new element in, and somebody else is a little bit more unsure about that. So we do have the Two of Cups. I also feel like there's this fear of the partnership perhaps not working out, like this thing is going to sort of bring the partnership to an end. King of Swords. And Wheel of Fortune. I feel like fear in these cards. I get pulled back to the crown chakra. I get pulled back to intuition. So I feel like whose ever intuition is telling them to do one thing, this is their fear that if they really push to follow this thing and sort of like be true to that voice inside them, that the other person is not going to want to play ball, that it might dissolve this partnership, that it might sort of turn this Wheel of Fortune in a negative way. Because I just feel a lot of fear. I feel this really wanting to preserve this relationship, wanting to preserve this partnership. It's been fruitful thus far. I do feel like these two people have worked well together. They have found some sort of a change or some sort of a benefit, like been able to make money, been able to make progress. It's just like somebody wants to keep evolving. That's what it is. Somebody wants to keep evolving, and someone else is sort of unsure of that. Abundant harvest. I see him looking at that abundant harvest, and I just see him going, it could be more. This is the person who wants to evolve. This is the person who wants to change. Pentacles can be an earth sign, so this might be somebody who's an earth sign. I do get pulled back more to that King of Swords and somebody who's like true to themselves. Somebody who's looking at facts. This is like, it could be more. It could be more. My intuition is telling me to take this next step, to up our game. And I feel like this King of Swords is probably more indicative of this person's zodiac sign than the Pentacles is, but I do get a really strong vibe from that Pentacles because I actually had words in my mind from looking at that card. Swords can be an air sign. This would be a Libra, a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. I just feel like I said, it could be more. These are the words that they're saying. It could be more. Yes, we're doing good, but it could be more. Strength. They're worried about approaching this other person. This other energy is like this Emperor energy. So this other one, I feel like this other one is a lot more sort of set in their ways, or set in whatever this project was. I don't know if the project was their idea to begin with, and this King of Swords is more sort of like running the numbers or doing a different side of things, but it was really like kind of like the Emperor's baby to begin with. This person is afraid of approaching the Emperor. I do see in that Emperor someone who could be really defensive about this project, really defensive about the way it's going, maybe not wanting to recognize that they could be making more than what they are. Because I see, even in this Page of Pentacles, it ties back into the Seven of Pentacles. It's like, we're making this, but we could be making more. It's like we could up our game, but they're afraid. They are afraid to talk to that Emperor. They're afraid to bring it forward. They don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I do feel like the word temper too, like they don't want to upset them. They don't want to sort of catch somebody's temper. They're worried that he's just going to get pissed off and go screw you and sort of step away. I don't see that though. I see that this is more like fear. You know what else I see? I see, I have a vision of people sort of having this conversation. Somebody getting angry, somebody getting defensive, that would be our Emperor, and stepping away for maybe, I don't know, a day, 2 days, maybe there's a little or no contact, and then coming back and going, you know what, I thought about it, and you're right. This Emperor, this King of Swords isn't giving the Emperor enough credit. This Emperor does feel a tie to them too. This does not necessarily have to end in a tower. It does not have to come to an end. Somebody does not have to walk away. I feel like somebody needs to sit and stew on it for a while. This is part of this emperor. This is sort of part of, I do actually feel like it's this person's personality traits. This is how they deal with change. First off, they kind of get defensive or like, holy shit, I don't think I can do that. And then after a while, it kind of sinks in. They mull it over. They sort of envision it in their mind. I feel like this person is maybe a little bit more artistic, maybe a little bit more creative. This is sort of how they do things. Like they'll sort of imagine it in their mind, see all the different avenues. And that helps them to sort of wrap their mind around a possible change and come to a conclusion and sort of be less afraid of stepping into it. I do feel like this person needs to be given that chance to sort of take in the information, have whatever little hiss they want to have, step away, but then sort of come to that conclusion on their own. Because I do feel this coming back. I just keep feeling strength in this partnership. Like this is not going to wreck this partnership. It's just this communication. This person needs to have their feeling, go off, have their feeling, be angry, be whatever, and mull it over, and they will come back. They will come back and they will start talking it out. Chariot card. They're just afraid of change. This emperor is afraid of change. It's not something they're horrendously comfortable with. I also feel like when they started this project, it was a big change. It came with sacrifices. I see the word sacrifices in my mind. So to them, it's going to bring up probably a lot of emotions too and fear that what if it doesn't work out? All the progress that we've made is like all for nothing. And then I'm sort of like, where am I? Where am I now? What do I do? Now I'm back to having to do what I did before. I sort of like lost this level of freedom. I've lost this level of control over my life that I worked so hard to build. So this person needs to be able to process these emotions. This person needs to be able to sort of feel this shit for themselves and have their time to do so. That's exactly what it is. It's like, this is their passion that they followed, and it was a risk. It was a risk. It came with sacrifices. And they're afraid. I do feel like they're afraid that they could possibly lose that by making any kind of a big change. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like this feeling of finally getting into this status of sort of being more in control of their life. I feel financial improvement as well. Their situation has improved. I feel like whatever their business is, whatever this thing is, this project that they're working on, it has been fruitful for them. And there's sort of, this person has created like a world around it, right? They're sort of building on that. So any kind of big changes, like this person has a lot to lose. So I do feel like this King of Swords is perhaps scared to rock the boat. This King of Swords values this friendship, this partnership. And they have been an asset to each other. I feel like they need to give this emperor the chance to sort of wrap their head around this crap and be understanding about it. Because like I said, this emperor has a lot to lose. There's a lot of big fears there. That temperance angel says that both of these people and their project are protected. This change that they're going to make, this change that somebody's intuition, someone's gut is telling them to do, that's positive, that's going to move them in the right direction. I feel like it's positively aspected because temperance here is sort of like protecting them. It's like protecting them on this journey. Queen of Swords. I do feel there is a need to step forward. There's a need to step forward and offer whatever this idea is that this King of Swords has. This is the King of Swords and energy stepping forward again in this Queen of Swords. So it doesn't necessarily mean this is a man or this is a woman. I feel like there's a need to do this with a more feminine energy. So like a softer energy, whereas, masculine energy can be a little bit more aggressive. So instead of approaching this emperor sort of with that more masculine energy, sort of come at them in a softer way. I feel like this would be good for us. This is why I feel this way. Take some time and think about it. Take a couple days, whatever, come back, we'll talk again. Give that person their space. I feel presented like that is going to get the best results. Queen of Cups. Yeah, because that emperor, this is the emperor's energy. That emperor's emotions are going to go flying. This is their project. This is how the emperor looks at their project. This is this person's baby. They don't like criticism. They're afraid of losing it. They're afraid of it going to shit. They're going to have a hard time not getting really defensive. But that Two of Wands tells me that in the end, once they have time to sort of digest it, they're going to be able to see that this is going to be beneficial for them. Because I do feel like this swords energy, This person has the right idea. Their gut, their intuition is telling them to move in this way. I don't feel like their intuition is wrong. And I'll tell you too, with cups, cups tends to be a water sign. So this might be, our emperor might be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. But I feel like if our swords approaches our cups, our emperor in a softer way, I feel they will be less defensive. I feel it'll be easier for this person to come around to the idea, for them to be able to see it. Because it's all about nurturing this project that they've built, right? It's not about shutting it down and starting something different. It's just about evolving it, growing it, and both having a say in how it grows. It's like this can be a good thing. They're nurturing this nest egg. They're growing this future. And they're doing it together and having sort of like a level of control. In this King of Cups, I feel like mastering those emotions. So not getting lost, not getting super overprotective, but being able to sort of take pride and find empowerment in moving forward and making different choices. Yeah, there's no need to do right fighting here. There's no need to get aggressive here. That Knight of Swords being upside or being in reverse tells me to don't be aggressive. Just present the idea in sort of that gentle way. Somebody will come to their own conclusions. I do see in the Magician card, it's like, be confident in your idea. It's a good idea. It's a solid idea. You know it is. Your gut tells you it is. And this other party that you're working with will be able to see it too. What it's going to do is it's going to bring wish fulfillment to this situation. I actually saw the letter H in my mind too. I'm not sure if this is an initial in one of these person's names or if this has to do with their business, but I see the letter H. We're going to draw a totem card here. We had one wanting to pop out the back. Goose, inner knowing. That's absolutely perfect because this person does just know. They know that it's time for change. And you think about birds when they migrate, they just know what direction to go in, right? This person knows. They know in their guts, their intuition is telling them, if we head this way, it's going to be profitable for us. This person has an inner knowing and needs to trust it. It's just a matter of sort of approaching their partner in the right way. So, and recognizing that their partner doesn't always like change and will get a little bit defensive. If you approach them the right way, it'll move a lot easier. And I do see that both parties are going to keep working together. I don't see this relationship coming to an end. I don't see a blowout. I see that this will end in a positive way. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed that read. If you did, please hit the like, the subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Have a great day, everyone.